Okay, today's the 24th of October 2022. In a couple of days, I'm receiving an amount of money if the government doesn't screw with me as a poor person and tries to bring about my death sooner, is that I have choices of what to spend it on. I mean, my first choice would be to leave Canada to go to a place during the winter time where I could volunteer, but housing would be provided. Volunteer in anything, really. Either working outdoors or I don't think the people primates are smart enough to let me be a learning specialist for them. I mean, I've traveled to Vietnam, Japan, South Korea, Uganda, various provinces in Canada, and I'm in situations where people can ask me, even without me charging a fee, to sit at a table with their kids or them or both and help them in the learning process. And it's just not learning, it's just not something that people primates want to do. But anyways, that would be my first choice to leave Canada because, I mean, I'm not saying it's the best country in the world or the worst country in the world, but I have the most triggers here and the most disappointment from these triggers here. That's one choice. The other choice is to have a plane ticket to go like last year, survive the winter at a relative's a family home in Quebec. And the other choice would be to have a place to live where, this would be a use for rent, either the entire month or even the entire month with a damage deposit, or the amount is good enough for that at, if it's a place at a reasonable price for one person, or at a reasonable price because I'm sharing with another person. That'd be the third choice. The fourth choice is my motorhome, the Musicho. It's been my only home, and I've been, the roof has been fixed and doesn't seem to be leaking in this first rain that we're getting today that is just consistent for for a long time. And the radiator and various probably part of the cooling system have been leaking, which is not good for the environment. It's not good for investing in antifreeze. In the summer, I was putting just water in it, but I've had to start putting antifreeze a few times, which comes out very quickly. So it's a wasted investment. Now, my choice as of today is not hard because I don't have a place to go in another country right now, even as a volunteer. I've been trying to. I didn't like put all my energy into it, but I there is a particular lead I've been following, and it hasn't panned out before the next 2 days where the decision must be made. So I got no place to go. The other thing is family or relatives. I got no family or relatives, anyways. And even if people, some of them say I could go, it's not pleasant. It's not, you know. I think freezing or the possibility of freezing is a more appealing scenario. The other thing is having a place to stay. I mean, there are places, but you got to remember, I'm a 52-year-old man who's confident in my intelligence and in what I want to offer, and uh, and I'm educated, so people doubt me in ways. How can this guy be poor? Why can't we trust him? I mean, why don't we even ask him for references or his latest criminal record check? They don't, right? It's so if, let's say, a young woman with a dog uh, comes and says, I'd like to be on that list of your next available rental. Well, I mean, I'm not going to get it first, even though I was there first. And it's the same thing with subsidized housing. I mean, it might take 5 years for them to reach my name, if ever, right? Because BC is not a society that knows how to solve solvable problems, right? So the last choice is the one I'll have to do. I mean, there's no other of the four that exist, no place in the world that is easy to be in contact with that could use so many of my skill sets as a choice so far. No family in the world, uh, no housing in a place that supposedly has great wood to sell to other countries, and great construction workers and unions, and There's no living accommodations to survive the winter. And the last place, I have to put the money in a Moosey Cho in my motorhome. Because if I don't fix this issue before the cold comes, if you understand mechanics, then my engine is going to be destroyed. It'll freeze, it'll corrode, it'll deform from not having the right liquid sealed in it for the very cold season that gets much colder where I am in the Slocan Valley in I don't know if it's West or Central Kootenay anymore. In the Columbia Basin Trust, great powerful Oz wizard, all these millions and millions of dollars, and they're saying, "Oh yeah, we're doing great with the programs we're funding." Yeah, no, all the problems that you're funding in various programs are increasing, but hey, I must not understand the data because you're the all-powerful Wizard of Oz. So yeah, so when I fix this radiator system and other components that need to be repaired, and hopefully they flush it out properly, and my engine is well protected as an investment because I had the roof fixed, the brakes. I've finally put some play mats on the floor to make it a bit more comfortable that I can leave my shoes right at the door and walk sometimes with my socks. And after the radiator's fixed, I will have zero money at all left over for the month. So that means I won't be able to pay rent unless I ask for an emergency, shelter thing. And the ministry is getting more and more backed up on things, and they're lost. And going in person doesn't make a difference. Even if you record, say, okay, I'm here for this. I gave you this information. I should see this on my self-serve. There's more and more of the incompetence that has been growing because of HSD and because, nobody allows, accountability in this society so that it keeps getting worse, right? So this is what's happening this week. I mean, I should be freaking out, but I'm not freaking out because this is the people primates. This is you. This is as much problem solving as I put into my life living among you. The problems will keep increasing. No matter how good I am at problem solving, no matter how much effort I put in, the problems will keep increasing because I'm living among the norm that suffers from HSD, that does not want to think too hard, that does not want to ask themselves why they don't care for others that much, or are capable of the types of thinking that other species now exceed at compared to us. So this is my week so far. It'll be interesting to see how it pans out.